Hey y'all, how are ya? Been a fucking long 2 weeks. But I had my ultrasound today and everything is fine. Uh, Whatever he felt wasn't there. Obviously, it had to do with my bowels. So 2 weeks of stress for nothing. But it really wasn't for nothing because it really did make me realize how inadequate my exams have been up to this point because of my spinal cord stimulator and the fact that it is as effective as it is, the fact that I really can't feel much pain because of that leaves me open to a lot of things that would not be good. This scared the living fucking hell out of me and brought me real close to my mortality. And I didn't like that. Not one little bit. I know I'm gonna die at some point. Sooner, closer than later, more than likely. And I know that. But I have two grandsons. One just turned 2. The other one will be turning 4 very soon. And I sure as hell don't want to leave them anytime soon. And I don't want to leave my sons anytime soon. And the fact that I can't feel pain unless it's extreme leaves me open to the fact that I could have an issue that could cut my life short, even as we speak. And that is unacceptable to me. And my my health care has to change, and my doctors and I are going to have to do better. So, as stressful as the past 2 weeks have been, it has taught me a very valuable lesson. And I am grateful for that lesson because it doesn't take, I'm a quick learner. Luckily, I will be seeing my doctors within the next 30 to 45 days. And I will be able to start discussing and hopefully implementing better exams and care procedures so we aren't missing anything. You know, 5 years ago, it might not have hit me this hard, but 5 years ago, I didn't have as much as I do now. And I have too much to live for. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love my spinal cord stimulator, and there's no way I'm going to give that up, because that would mean I'd have to increase my medications, and I've been down that road and I'm not going down that again. But there has to be some way to compensate for the masking of the pain and the fact that I can't feel pain. I can't feel the pain so much in my abdomen and my lower extremities as much. So we've got to come up with a happy medium somehow. Keep me functional with it, with my stimulator active. So do I want to go through another 2 weeks of living hell? No, I don't. But lesson learned. 100% lesson learned. You don't have to beat me over the head with it anymore. But, you know, I came away from the doctor's office literally wanting to do the Snoopy happy dance. You know, I had to stop by Walmart real quick and grab some of my waters, and then I got home and called my kids and gave them all the good news, and you know, that was a big relief. That was a very big relief. And just hearing my grandsons, you know, my oldest grandson was telling me he was watching monster trucks on the TV, and you know, say I love you, and you know, I blew him a kiss and he blew one back to me. I mean, who the fuck wants to ever leave that? No one. Those are some of the best moments ever. I never thought, you know, getting those from my kids would ever be beaten, but getting it from my grandkids is absolutely better. So it just been a long day. Then I had to, once I got home, I had to water all my tarantulas, and found 2 dead, which fucking sucks. One was my Rio Grande Gold, which I'd had him for about a year and a half, and I don't know what the fuck happened. And then the other one was my yellow banded pink toe, which was one I got for Mother's Day last year from my kids. And again, don't know what the fuck happened. So that really fucking sucks. So that's two of the five that I got for Mother's Day last year that have died. I fucking hate that, but it's part of, it's part of keeping them, Sometimes they just die. You can do everything right and they'll still die. Yeah, it's the same thing with snakes, Snakes lay so many eggs because the odds of survival are horrendous. So, it is what it is. Not much you can do about it. I do my absolute best, and, take my lumps as I go along. I still have 68, so, I'm doing the best I can. While I was watering, one of them kill away one of my Mexican rose grays, I think. I mean, I've had her for 3 years, and I got her when, she was absolutely tiny. And she is huge now. And I'm like, I remember when I got her and she was just, not even as big as the tip of my fingernail. And now she's so big. I mean, being able to see that is just so amazing. And then I have, one that I got last year that was that tiny, and it's still real tiny, but, it didn't survive, and, it pisses me off, but what can I do? There are people in the groups that I'm on in Facebook, and not long ago, one of them they only had one tarantula, and it died, and they were thinking about giving up. I'm like, look, don't give up. I'm like, every one of us have been there, and if we gave up after losing that first one, nobody'd ever be in the hobby long term. But you have to, you feel like a failure. You feel like you killed them, but you take your lumps, you learn, you keep going, and you do better with the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And if you love having them, and having them in your life and learning about them, then you just don't quit. You keep going. And as with any pet, you're gonna have the losses. You're gonna have those that don't survive. But if you've done the best you can, you just keep going. And yeah, it hurts, but it is what it is. So, it fucking sucks. So, like I said, it's been a day. It's been a fucking long 2 weeks. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. It's 9 o'clock. Jesus, it's early still, but I think I am going to take my meds early tonight. Hopefully go to sleep, get some good rest. And I think tomorrow I'm going to make a big pot of vegetable beef soup. I am just fucking wasted. I'm just so just so drained emotionally and physically right now from all the stress. But everything came out okay. The goddess has kept me safe. The worry was for nothing, but that's okay. I'd rather worry for 2 weeks and be prepared for the absolute worst and then have everything come out okay in the end. So I am relieved that it all worked out in the end. So, good news. Thankfully. I'm not used to getting good news. So, I just want to, I want to do a happy dance, but I'd fall and break something on my body, not something in my house. I'd break something on me. So I can't do any kind of happy dance except in my mind. So... God. Alright, y'all. Thank you for watching. I hope y'all have a good night. Thanks for going with me on this. Like I said, it's been a rough couple weeks, but it all worked out in the end, and I've learned a valuable lesson. So alright, y'all have a good night. I will see y'all in the next video, and I love y'all. Good night.